to the cloud. I'm pressing the magic button now. Okay, so hopefully we'll be live in the Yoga Teacher Collaborative in any moment. If you can see us, let me know. I'm just refreshing it on my screen too. Check it's all okay. Let me know. I haven't seen us pop up yet. So someone give me a thumbs up or a comment if you can see us live. Here we are. Got it. Just 1 second. To our bonus day 5 of the Thrive in 2022 Summit. Courage, and that is a phrase that I try my hardest to personally live by. And oh, my internet connection is unstable. Let me just see who I'm connected to. Yeah, so soul courage is a phrase that I really, really do try to live by and infuses my classes a lot. I'm definitely one, as I hope you've felt over the last few days, of being heart-led, being intention-led, coming with kindness, of trying to leave everybody elevated and better than we find them. And I think this does you so well in business and in teaching as well. But equally, I know it can't all be kittens and unicorns. I know we need to tap into that Manipura chakra energy. I know we need to push ourselves to do things that we don't naturally feel comfortable to. Bethany's been amazing coming onto the session today, but I know she'll feel nervous, yet she's taken that challenge with courage. And sometimes we have to do that. You know, when we're going to go flyer dropping or do a live video or stand up and teach a different class, we have to tap into our courage and our soul. So before we dive in with this coaching call with Bethany today, I wanted just to do a meditation for me, for Bethany, for everybody watching, and when you do the replay as well. And this is a meditation that really does help me to show up as a teacher with soul and with courage. So finding yourself a comfortable seated position. Please don't just watch Bethany and me. That would be weird. Do it as well. So whether you're seated in a chair like us, standing, cross-legged, settling into your body, settling into your posture. The eyes closed, drawing your awareness inwards. And simply noticing the breath as it enters your body at the nostrils. I'm going to use a series of mudras and affirmations today. Many of you have done this before. Let's start with Chin Mudra, thumb and index finger together, bringing universal consciousness and individual consciousness together. And as you settle into that mudra, mudras focus our energy and our awareness. Feel that circle of space that your fingers have created for you. And imagine that circle of space being your potential, untapped, ready for you to step into, ready for you to let your light shine through. And as you think in your mind, I am present. I am present. I am present. And bringing your hands into Hakini Mudra, That's all of the fingers touching, making this little open shape, and sitting that mudra around your diaphragm. Gently pressing the fingers together, feel the strength of them. And as you think to yourself, I am strong. I am strong. I am strong. And the hands rise to Anjali Mudra, palms flat at the heart. I am kind. I am kind. I am kind. And blossoming the fingers open into Padma Mudra at your throat. I am open. I am open. I am open. And lastly, reaching the arms up and out like a beautiful funnel. Maybe lifting the chest, lifting the face a little to the sky. I am supported. I am supported. I am supported. Your hands gently return to Chin Mudra. Just thinking through those words again, I really think they're the energies that serve us well as teachers. To be present, to trust in our strength, to lead with kindness, to be open, and to know we are supported. Honestly, as yoga teachers, you are doing powerful, life-changing work, and the universe supports you in that. We support each other. And when you're ready, gently flickering your eyes open. So Bethany, my love, you are on mute. Oh, there you are off mute. So welcome. Thank you so much. Your hard work this week has been amazing, but also when we're in the live sessions, your warmth just streams out your face. It is a pleasure to be with you. Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about how long you've been teaching, where you are, what's happening for you at present.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'm Beth. So I'm in Teignmouth in South Devon, so by the beach, which is lovely. And I've been teaching since April. I finished my TTC in July, and that was my 280 hour. And I was really lucky actually to train with my teachers, so teachers that I was a student with for 5 years first, which was a really valuable experience. So yeah, outside of yoga, I love being by the sea. I love the water, which is why we live where we do. And actually my yoga journey kind of quite randomly, my teacher journey randomly started through teaching paddleboard yoga, because I have a friend that has a paddleboarding business, and she kind of said, would you come and do some yoga for us? And that kind of kick-started my teaching journey, really. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this and being here, and I've loved the last 4 days. It's been really, really useful.
Okay. That's amazing that you've just qualified and that you've got teaching early in the course as well, because then you can get feedback from your teachers, and so special when you do the training with your teachers who know you and know how you want to develop in your uniqueness. So you said you started teaching in April, obviously growing since you finished qualifying. What does your teaching look like right now? Classes, in person, online?
So I teach 2 in-person classes a week at the moment, so just locally in Teignmouth. They're Vinyasa Flow style classes at the moment, and yeah, I've been really lucky. The classes have been they've been going really well. I think starting with the kind of paddleboarding side of the stuff, side of things in summer, lots of people then came to in-person classes from that, which has been great, and got a lovely little community building in Teignmouth, which is great.
Good. So how are those classes structured? Are they drop-in, block booking, courses?
At the moment, so it's all drop-ins. I do offer like 5 class passes to people, so if people want to block book, and but it doesn't kind of mean they book onto each week, so they can just buy 5 classes and then come whenever they like.
So it's still drop-in, but cheaper because they bought. Yeah, that's exactly what I used to do.
Yeah, so that's kind of just the structure I've kept to. I'm trying at the moment to figure out online booking systems just to kind of take some of that kind of work off of me. So I'm still working my 9 to 5 as well. So it's kind of finding the balance between supporting this kind of yoga business and then also, doing my employed job. So I think
what is your 9 to 5?
I am a speech and language therapist. So I work with children with autism. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's keeping that work and then streamlining your yoga so that it can grow, focusing your time on the teaching and the growing rather than that admin that could be automated. So with your drop-ins, do they have to tell you in advance they're coming, or can they just rock up?
No, I do ask people to kind of pop me a message or an email just to say they're coming or not, just so I can make sure I've got enough space for everybody as well. I can only fit
especially with COVID.
In. Yeah, so I can only get 12 into my venue, so yeah.
So that is a lot of admin.
Yeah,
that is a lot of admin for you, and it's also a lot of admin for your students as well. So definitely, I think that's something moving forwards. I used to do that exact model that you're doing right up until COVID, so for well over 11 years. And it worked because I had big halls, so people didn't have to book, they could just rock up. But I never knew whether there was going to be 25 people walk in or 10 people walk in, and the class would be full and more people would be coming in and the anxiety would rise. But yeah, having to tell you, that's a lot of admin. And I definitely notice students don't like life admin any more than we do. So I think they would be thankful for a booking process. What made you go for your 5 class pass being an open pass, like that they could use it whenever?
I don't really know, and actually from the last 4 days I've kind of thought, oh, do you know what, some of this, I wish I'd kind of knew before, because I did the really typical thing of when I was looking at pricing and passes, that I looked at what other teachers in my area are doing, and I thought, well, I'll just do the same, because I don't want to underprice or overprice myself, and it was the model that other people were using. So yeah, I guess maybe that's a slight kind of, I wish I'd kind of thought about that more, rather than just going, oh, I can't, I'm a new teacher, I can't do anything different.
It's exactly the same model I used as well. What are the prices for the drop-in and the 5 class pass?
So my drop-ins are £7 and 5 classes for 30, so it makes them £6 each.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's cheap too. I think I was drop-in 7 and £35 for 5 at the time. So you're gonna make a change to them having how they electronically book in. So when you make a change, it's a good opportunity to change everything.
Yeah.
And the change that you're making is in their favor. You're minimizing their life admin. So I would say it would be a good time to do something where when they block book, they're booking at set sessions. And we fear the pushback from that. And when I came back after COVID, I changed mine to a subscription model, and all of the admin is gone. So it is £35. So we're not that dissimilar on price per month. And that is regardless of whether it's a 4-week month or a 5-week month. And it goes out on Stripe, because if you put in a payment system, you know, you might as well use Stripe, and they do a subscription. So if you sign up for my monthly pass on the 15th of January, it'll charge your card again on the 15th of February, the 15th of March. So there's none of this, oh, are you going to sign up for your next block? Or, oh, I signed up for the block, but I was away for 2 weeks of it. So I say, look, it's £35, which is the equivalent of 4 classes. And some weeks have 5, some months have 5 in it. So that makes up for that. I'm away, I'm not away. And then there's still the drop-in. So there's still £10 class drop-in, book in if there's a space available for people who don't want the subscription. I've had no pushback. No one's disliked it. They love that they never have to book. As soon as they've moved on to subscription, their place is saved. So that might be a route to consider. But I would change it all at one go.
Yeah, and I did think about that in terms of, you know, I thought actually this is a good time to kind of change the pricing model. And yeah, and I was trying to think in my head, you know, do I do subscription? Do I just do more class passes? So yeah, that's really helpful. I was just thinking, actually, does that then guarantee their place on that particular class if they come Monday at 7? Okay.
Yeah. So then there is no need to book in. And if a class can take 12 people, I'll allow like maximum 10 to be booked as subscription. I choose to always keep a couple of drop-in spaces available, because I have quite a few students that, because I was drop-in for a decade, are used to that. And so I've got a lot of shift workers or people that don't know. So I choose to keep a few drop-in spaces and manage that number. So what is next from you from this week, from the dreaming and creating? What's been bubbling? Because you've done amazingly so far.
I have well, I'm one of these people, I love to learn, I guess, like a lot of us. I've just finished my yin and restorative CPD training, and that is something that I really want to get set up and started. So that's kind of been what's come out of this, is okay, how am I going to kind of use that that desire to teach yin and restorative to people? To, you know, for me, that was always, you know, I was always a, you know, Ashtanga yoga, vinyasa, you know, push, and I learned, you know, I needed to slow down sometimes. So, you know, I want to share that with other people, that, you know, you can also use yoga to relax and stop and be mindful. So yeah, I really want to offer that to my existing students, and, you know, hopefully attract new students with that offering as well.
Yeah. So how are you feeling? Know what's sensible, no looking around. If you could do anything, how are you, your gut inkling on how you'd like to bring that more yin restorative side?
See, I think my gut is like, I'd love to introduce that to people and get them to commit from the offset of, okay, I'm going to do 4 weeks of this, or I'm going to do 8 weeks of this, because I think it's the type of yoga that you, maybe this is just my own experience, but you need to persevere with it. And if you're new to maybe a slower style of yoga from doing something more dynamic, it can be really hard to stop. And so I feel like I would want people to kind of really carve out that time to learn the skills that you can have through doing that style of yoga. So yeah, so I'm leaning towards kind of I guess a course setup, but then the sensible part kicks in and goes, oh, but if it's just a weekly class, then that's more accessible to people. You know, people are busy, people have got busy lives. So it's thinking about, you know, the students as well.
Yes, there's two things there, and it comes back to who it's for.
Mm.
So coming back to your existing client base, I mean, Beth's done this amazing thing. Beth doesn't have her website yet, but she already has an email subscriber list via a sign-up page on your email hosting provider, which is just amazing. So how many people in your email list so far? How many people coming into your classes? Like, how big do you think your current community is?
I've got around 50 subscribers, and so I have 2 classes at kind of 12 students each class. So, and it's usually full with regulars. So I guess I have sort of around 20-ish regular students that are attending classes.
So do you think the restorative and yin is for them and attracting a couple more people, or is it to grow an entirely new client base that wouldn't otherwise have tried you?
I think my first thought was always serving the current students, and I think that a lot of them would enjoy that style of yoga and would benefit from it. You know, when you're interested in something, you kind of pepper it into classes anyway, don't you? So we've been ending, like, especially in December, you know, we've been ending classes with more yin style postures, more time for relaxation, and they seem to have loved it, and I've got really good feedback from it. So, and I feel really passionate about, I guess, loyalty and the community that I've built. And, you know, I love my existing students, and they've been so supportive that I would want to serve them first before then expanding.
Yes, and that's definitely something you could do, is open to you first. There is the niggle in my head, so I'm going to say it, and then I might just tell her to shut up. I have a concern as to whether they'll say, yes, Beth, I'm all over this, sign me up for that 6-8 week yin restorative course, but hold my Ashtanga or my Vinyasa, like whether they would do 2 a week. And definitely I have some students that do 2 a week, but I wonder if you'd be like taking from one class to put in another.
Yeah.
But then if your 2 existing classes are full, does that free up space for new people to try those? How about putting on a workshop to begin with? Like a workshop for them to really explore it, and then give them a poll, or maybe you get them to sign up for a course, but the course is every other week.
Okay, yeah, that could work. Like you said, I wouldn't want to kind of take them away from their current class.
Yeah. So I think you actually just need to be doing a little bit of student chat with this, and just, you know, do it at class 1-to-1, or, you know, a few at the end. As you know, I've been doing my yin and restorative. I'd really love to talk to you about an idea. As you know, I'm a real yang personality. I love the fiery vinyasa, but I found the power of rest, and I'd like to give this to you as well. I feel, exactly as you explained it to me, that actually it needs to be something that's practiced. If I put on a 4-week, 6-week course, how would you feel about doing yoga twice a week? And not saying, oh, would you stop? How would you feel about doing yoga twice a week? And just see what they say. And then it gives you space to fill either class with extra people as well. But I definitely kickstart it with a workshop, really indulgent workshop. And you feel with an email list of 50, it feels ready to do, you feel ready to do a workshop.
Yeah.
And you could do something like flow and restore workshop, where it's flow to begin with, and then they do the restorative. So like 2.5 hours, an hour flow, 10 minutes tea and cake, and then an hour restorative, and then chat at the end.
Yeah, that could be really lovely. I would enjoy that.
Okay. And then you could get testimonials and reviews from them on how they found the restorative, and then launch the course.
Okay.
Did you have a name percolating for the course?
I'm finding it really hard to think of a name actually, because I was like, well, it's yin and restorative. Like, what else can I call it? And I've tried. I yesterday I sat down and I was like, well, I'll just write, what the offering is. I'll just write out, a few paragraphs that I might use in an email at some point, and I thought it might inspire me. But all I keep coming back to is yoga for busy people. But I'm not sure I like it. It doesn't really fully say what it is.
No, because that could be like, oh, it's a quick 20 minutes yoga, so you can fit it into your life. It doesn't go slow. So always good to start with you. How does restorative yoga, especially as it isn't your natural go-to, how does it make you feel?
It gives me time to pause and consider how I actually feel. It helps me to feel rested, and actually truly rested, rather than like, oh, I've just done an hour of vinyasa yoga and I'm rested because I've just really tired myself out. Balanced, like back into my body, back into myself. I guess it helps me balance what always feels like a really busy life between busy work, and all the other things that life throws at you.
Okay, and how strictly will you stick to it being restorative or yin? How strict are you going to stay with the style?
I think probably fairly strict to style. So the way I've been taught yin and restorative is in Chinese medicine principles as well. So in terms of meridians and energy. So I plan to kind of teach seasonally as well. So kind of in terms of practices for where we are. So at the moment, we're the deepest yin time of year, so more restorative.
And what will you do about props?
So I've started to kind of buy my props in, but they're things I might use in kind of in vinyasa classes as well. So I've got blocks, I've got straps, I've got a few blankets now. I do need to get some bolsters, and probably some more blankets. But then it's transporting that between like different venues.
Yeah, it is. I definitely love bolsters. And I think they are essential if you're going to teach restorative yoga, or pillows. Teaching restorative yoga during COVID meant I used pillows, and personally I prefer bed pillows. So you could start it at least the first time you run the course, maybe getting people to bring 2 bed pillows and say they're your yoga pillows. Or I've been desperate to find someone that would make me some really nice pillowcases that like my restorative yoga pillowcase. They could take their like home pillows but put just their yoga pillowcase on it. Haven't got there yet. So it might be worth just saying for the first course or for the taster workshop. Or have you seen the half-size bolsters that you can get from Studio Yoga or Yoga Studio wholesale?
Are they like the flatter ones? Or
actually it might be Yoga Matters. No, they do a round one, but it's just shrunk. I think it's Yoga Matters actually. I'll find the link. And they're a lot cheaper, and they're a lot smaller, and they're a lot easier to carry. And I taught with those for 10 plus years, and they're just as suitable for a shorter person, more comfortable, and people can layer pillows on top of them. So you could potentially say the course includes a bolster, but make it the smaller, cheaper ones. And you can get really good wholesale price on bolsters from Yoga Studio. They have a wholesale site. Okay, so we were back at feeling really rested and balanced. They were the words you said, and you're going to stick quite tightly to it. Why not just yoga for rest?
Yoga for rest is I guess more accessible than yin style, which people might not know.
In the description, you say it's using styles of restorative yoga and yin yoga. In the description, you'll say it's great for busy people to find that time to pause. Think all of the language you use, that's what you want to include in the description, to find that balance, to truly feel rested, not just to be taking a cat nap. Cat nap? I don't know what I mean. Power nap. You want a cat nap, not a power nap. But you want to put that in your description. But I'd think something like yoga for rest, because if you put yoga for busy people, especially because you're not in a really busy place for yoga, you're people who aren't busy. The natural people who adore restorative yoga are people who are slower and a little more calm and grounded and potentially a little lazier, that aren't going to come to your vinyasa class. You don't want to put them off by saying yoga for busy people. So I'd say yoga for rest, yoga to soothe, restful yoga, deep rest with yoga, but you kept using the word rest and balance. So I'd play with that.
Okay.
So
rest and balance.
You've got adding that as a course. I definitely think you're going to need to do a taster on it though.
Okay.
And do it as the workshop.
Okay.
And bring them in with the flow. So I would definitely do it of two halves, yang and yin, but again, no one knows what that is. Flow, vinyasa flow to deep rest, something like that. Because I tend to find people who are your students that have come to yoga through the Ashtanga Vinyasa, they find restorative yoga easier if they've done some movement first. So that will feel more natural. So let's get a taster workshop, obviously paid for, don't put it on as free. Nice indulgent experience, and then launch the course. And you could do something like 10% discount on the course for anyone who did the workshop first as an incentive. And then timescales, when do you think you'll be ready to launch as a course?
See, my head's now going, oh my gosh, okay, that's great, but okay, I need to plan, I need to advertise this, I need to market it, I need to get the word out. I mean, realistically, I don't know, end of January, beginning of February probably seems.
To launch the course?
Wow, to do the taster, sorry. Yeah.
So taster, people get a bit bored in January. There's not much to do.
Exactly.
And January is a nice long month, would you do it on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday, the taster workshop?
Yeah, I mean, Friday's currently the day I've kind of dropped my hours from my job. So yeah, Friday would be great for me as well. But an evening, because that's when I tend to teach. So
you could do a Friday evening. You could do like the 31st of January. Am I looking at December? Yeah, I'm looking at December. So you could do the 28th of January.
Okay.
And that's like, where are we now? 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks away. I wouldn't do much. I'd just be writing, doing the pictures, writing, taking some photos with a little selfie thing, take some photos of you, go out. And what I love, restorative yoga pictures done at the beach. There's just this real yin and yang of the powerful sea and the beach. And bearing in mind, no one's going to be at the beach, on I don't know what your plans are over Christmas, but you'll get some quieter beach days. Go down early or in the evening and see if you can get some photos. Have you got anyone in your life that will take the photos for you?
Yeah, my boyfriend's always very good as photographer, bless him.
Great. So get those props down, get the blankets, get your own bolster. Do you have anything like a singing bowl?
Yeah, I have a singing bowl. Yeah. I have all the props at home.
All the props and get all of your restorative photos done at the beach. And play with the angle. And yoga photography is done best from low, especially restorative. So I don't know, is Devon a sand or a pebble beach?
It's sandy where I am, but we are lucky. We've got concrete. It's one of these. There's a concrete promenade, and then onto sand.
Well, boyfriend's going to be getting sandy. He needs to be lying on his belly, shooting from the same angle as the pose. Do a little bit of research first, look on Pinterest. I'm doing an outdoor photo shoot here in Stockholm as well. It's going to freeze. Fine, we can do it. Then, so do that behind the scenes. And then people are bored in Twixmas between Christmas and New Year. So share just pictures of restorative yoga, share some of the beach stuff, talk about why you love it, and appeal to two people with restorative yoga. Appeal to the people who are you, that are busy, that are on the go, that it's not unnatural, and tell them why it's so important. But know you're going to be trying to convert them, which is always harder. So then you want to also appeal to the people that like lying over a bolster sounds like heaven. So 2 campaigns running on this. Okay. So remember yesterday we were talking about dropping this, like planting seeds. So sow the seeds about how amazing restorative yoga is over Twixmas. And then give people that first week in January, which is like the 3rd through to the 7th, to deal with their horrific inboxes. Maybe first launch email to book your taster workshop on the 6th. Okay. I've been really excited to launch this, go through that step-by-step launch plan I set out. First one goes on the 6th. And then like more educational content on the 14th. A little video goes out on like the 20th. Last chance to book goes out on the 25th.
Okay.
Personal emails, then you're going to do it on the 28th. On the 1st of February, you send a 1-to-1. Thank you for attending. As you attended the workshop, I'd love to give you 10% off the course. Then you want to do all the promo for the course. So I don't think your course can probably start until the end of February.
Yeah.
But it can't be much later. If it wants to be much later than that, you'd have to do the workshop later. You'd have to push it all. You don't want a big gap between the 2.
Okay, no, that sounds like achievable timescales for sure, with thinking about how much time I can put into these things. I was just thinking as well, like if I was to do the workshop on a say like a Friday evening, that date at the end of January, would you then be thinking that the course should run the same sort of time or a different day, or or does it not really?
I don't think it matters. You're going to be limited by venue that you can get. Yeah. So be led by venue. Do you know if any of your venues you can live stream in at the same time? Have any of them got good internet?
Yeah, I know one of them does, and it's actually the venue I'd probably prefer to teach restorative out of, because it's warmer.
Yeah. And do you know if they have space?
I think I've inquired there about Friday evenings before, and they have a block booking one Friday a month, so it's only you could do 3 weeks and then it's a pause, and then 3 weeks and then a pause, which I wasn't sure would be, I don't know, like maybe it would work if I marketed it in the right way. But
yes. Everything works if you market it in the right way. I think in a previous life I would have liked to have been a spin doctor. Everything works if you spin it in a positive light and do something with it. So you could say, that with it being a Friday, it's nice that people don't have to commit every Friday of the month. And then you could say on that Friday, it is like they have a meditation video to do at home. And it's about integrating. In that Friday is a week to integrate. This is your integration week, and maybe you preset them 3 restorative yoga poses and a meditation to do at home that week. Because in all honesty, we want to empower our students to take responsibility for themselves, not going, oh, Beth makes me feel better. Beth's restorative yoga makes everything okay. Like, no, you can do this at home. So that is an integration week.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
And they get a guided home practice. Or maybe a 15-minute video, 15-minute guided video to do. Or it's a 3-week course.
Yeah, which was my other thought, which it feels quite short, but then I guess that's got the potential for people, because it would be seasonally anyway, to do 3 weeks, and then, you know, I have a week off, and then they do the next, then they can just sign straight on to the next 3 weeks. And, you know, hopefully there would always be something they'd want to continue to learn. And
you could change the theme because of how you've trained in it. You have so much depth. You could say, okay, this first 3 weeks, we're looking at the metal element, or this first 3 weeks, we're looking at the emotions connected with different organs and meridian lines. This week, we're looking at how the season affects this one. So you could go through the elements. You could go through different meridian lines. You could go through different emotions connected with the meridian lines. So you could give each 3 weeks a little theme, and then that helps with that, you know, because restorative and yin yoga can feel quite samey in the difference from vinyasa. That gives them what they're going to be missing out on if they don't do the next block.
Yeah.
Or you could, you know, take a back pain focus, a neck and shoulder focus, or a chakra focus. I'd give each one. And because it's new, it might be a safer bet, starting with a 3-week and building to a 6-week, building to something more. Because it's new to your community, the cost of 3 weeks is going to be much more palatable than the cost of 6 weeks. And dip your toe in and then build it.
Okay, yeah, that seems, yeah, I think 3-week short courses actually, it seems to sit better actually, rather than having a break. And maybe that's just because I'm scared of recording videos for online, but that's probably another thing.
The easiest way to record a video online is to just do it live.
Yeah.
So, you know, you would go, you could put in your launch email or a follow-up email that you're going to be sharing a free taster of yin and restorative online, and then film it. And then you have it. Yeah, let's dip your toe in with 3 weeks. Okay. How long are you thinking the sessions would be?
An hour and 15, I think, would be ideal. An hour never feels quite long enough for restorative.
No, I agree. Hour and 15, an hour and a half. Yeah, absolutely. And was there anything else you were thinking of adding in or including with it? You don't need to.
No, I mean, I didn't. Part of me did wonder about, in terms of props, whether they'd get like, an eye pillow or just something. And actually, we mentioned the bolsters idea, but just something so they can start to build their kind of kit at home, to just encourage that transition from
the price. The problem is with 3 weeks is the price of that.
Yeah.
So there's other things that you can do that have much less of a cost. Just simple things like each week they get a different pucker relaxation tea bag to take home. And at the end of a course, even if it's 3 weeks, it's really nice to do a thank you gift. I get on really well with making my own bath salts, and it's really cheap. So you can get test tubes on Amazon, and then you want food quality, so high grade quality, bicarbonate of soda, baking powder, Epsom salt, and you just put the baking powder, bicarb, Epsom salt, and some dried lavender on the top. Really cheap. And more expensive to buy the stuff, but then they work out really cheap. So you could just give them as a gift and a little thank you card at the end. and an invitation to book the next blog and say what the theme will be.
Yeah, that's lovely. I like that idea.
Yeah, and then
Get a bit creative as well.
Yeah, and it's really quick, super quick. So what, if anything, do you think might stand in your way or might be a hurdle from now to this being a reality and in February people being in that course?
I was just me going, oh, maybe I'm not, or maybe it's not right, or maybe I'm not quite good enough to do it like that. But I'm getting better at that, of trying to be more kind of confident in what I have to offer.
You've been teaching since July, and you have 2 classes consistently pretty full with 12 people. It honestly doesn't matter what you think. Your student numbers are telling me that you're teaching really well and you're doing really good. It's staggering to have 2 classes with 12 people in your first year of teaching.
Hello, thank you. No, I think it's for me, all of this at the moment is figuring out, I've had to go away and learn how to use mailing sites and mailing systems, and I'm now trying to figure out how to use online booking, set up online booking and Stripe and all of this. So I think it is, practically it probably is just making sure I make the time to sit down and do these things. And I'm just thinking, actually I probably need to make a schedule for myself, because if I don't kind of actually put in my kind of calendar, like do this, then I'm very good at kind of finding other things to do or letting other things get in the way.
Yeah, time blocking can work really well with that. So you can say, right, now is when I work on tech. So now is when I work on mail lists, like Tuesday 2 till, I mean, you'll be working then. Okay, so Saturday 10 a.m. till 12 is when I work on tech. Because doing your website, doing your email list is set up, but doing your booking software, that takes a lot of time. So it's easy to waste a whole day doing it and then get nothing else done, whereas you want to be getting a little bit of everything done. So if you're like, I do tech till 12 o'clock on Saturday, when 12 o'clock comes, it doesn't matter that you haven't finished the task, because at 1 o'clock, I start working on my marketing. I schedule my posts, I go on social media. That's what enables us to get everything done, is that actually, as a yoga teacher, you wear so many hats. You need to do tech, you need to do admin, you need to do customer service, you need marketing, you need to do lesson planning. If you do a little bit of everything and finish nothing, it is better than doing one thing and finishing it, which is oddly not how we're programmed. We're better to do a little marketing, a little customer service, a little tech, so that everything's slowly moving forwards, than only lesson plan and leave no time left for marketing or something.
Yeah.
So I think time blocking would be good. You made me think of something. But other than that, that was what we were saying, sorry. With your venue having Wi-Fi, it could be a consideration to live stream. I don't know if this would feel too much for you this early, but it might be something that you could offer in person and online at the same time. How does that feel?
It does feel slightly scary. I have kind of already, so I guess maybe just being slightly anxious of current circumstances as well. I kind of saw a little offer come up on like a tripod with a ring light and things. So I bought that because I thought, actually then I've got it ready for when, I want to do, and even just, recording content or anything like that. So I've obviously planted the seed enough, because I've been like, oh, well, I'll buy that. And, I've kind of thought about how I would do it. So yeah, I mean, I'd give it a go. I'm one of these people, I like throw myself in and try something.
Yeah. So maybe do the in-person workshop, but then maybe do a 45-minute bedtime pillow yoga online. and call it bedtime pillow yoga because everyone loves the sound of that. And all it is restorative yoga on your bed using your pillows. And that will entice people in another reason to try it, potentially a different audience. If you make it free, it gives you a taster of Zooming and doing the tech. Message in the group or search in the group. We've got loads of Zoom advice in there. And then if you like it, you could potentially offer the course as blended. So people could do it online or in person, because I think the yin and restorative can work exceptionally well online for people. They're at home, they're comfy, they're relaxed, they don't have to then drive home. It doesn't work if someone's space isn't conducive to it, but they might be able to get out of the house to rest. They potentially offer both.
Yeah, and I love that it kind of encourages people to think what they've got at home that they can do these things with if they don't have, you know, yoga props as such. Yeah.
So I think this course with a taster workshop, potentially a free taster online, and then follow the promotion plan for launching the 3-week course. Let's dip a toe in with a 3-week course, and then direct follow on the next 3 weeks. If it's going really well, you maybe expand it out, and that week you can't have the whole is an at-home integration week. Let's just start with the 3 weeks. So this sounds easy and straightforward. What are you going to be doing when you've nailed this, which you will? What's next?
I mean, in my head, my little dream is that I will be able to keep dropping my hours down in the day job to start teaching more yoga. So, you know, I've dropped down to 4 days, so 30 hours. And in my head, I kind of set myself by, maybe unrealistic, but by the summer, I was like, I'd like to be able to toy with the idea of dropping down to 3 days, because that's when paddleboard yoga season starts and beach yoga season starts. And kind of there's lots more opportunity then with kind of daytimes as well with summer holidays. And, you know, obviously we're really busy here in the summer holidays and in the summer. So yeah, that's where I'd like to go. So I'd like to start making this more of my life, which would be amazing.
So then that's totally doable, dropping to 3. I think you're going to need another class though, aren't you? Aside from the restorative course. Is there venue space for you to have open a new class?
Yeah, so I mean in Teignmouth, the venues that I use, they've got other availability. So I know there's another evening at one of them, and the other venue, if I want to do anything in the daytime, it's pretty much free in the daytimes. And there's also, I haven't thought yet about expanding into the villages or the other towns around me. So that was another thought, was that I could actually kind of move to another town, which some people travel in at the moment to come to class. From the towns next door.
It's a bit like Southampton. I'm the same. I don't actually teach in Southampton. I teach in all the little villages that surround Southampton. And a couple of people travel, but not many. So yeah, definitely. Your current classes, what time are they?
So they're both 7:15. So Monday nights and Thursday nights at the moment.
Could you do a back-to-back? Could you do a 6 o'clock? 6 to 7, 7:15 till 8:15?
Yeah, my Thursday venue is free from all evening, so I can be in there, which was kind of one idea I had for potentially yin, but I didn't want to change I thought about teaching vinyasa at 6.
You asked this group in the question.
I did.
I remember.
I've been with this idea for so long of whether to do vinyasa at 6 and then yin at 7, but I don't necessarily want to change a full class and a busy class.
No.
So, but I could just teach, you know, back to back 6 and 7 instead.
It's really effective. I teach back to back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're there, you're set up. It's an efficient use of your time. And I do find it's a completely different audience in both classes. So Monday and Tuesday, I do a 5:45. And Wednesday I do a 6 o'clock, and they're always people coming, they come straight from work, so they don't go home. And then my 7:15 classes, the people that normally need to put the kids to bed, and they need someone else to come home before they can come out. So they're completely different audiences, and I've never had a problem filling either time. So I think for you, without spreading yourself too thin, you know, you've got a day job, you've got a partner that I imagine likes to see you in the evening occasionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's add a 6 o'clock on that Thursday, just vinyasa, and you're not changing gear as well. And then you're not adding another lesson plan. I have one lesson plan, and I teach it every class through that week, and it comes out different each time. When do you think you'd be able to set that up from?
I mean, I've already spoken to them, and I can have that route. I can have that all whenever I want. So I would like to start it soon. I just didn't know if trying to do two different, you know, like a yin course and a new class at once was going to be too much.
I don't think so, because we're not going to start your yin course until the end of February. And all you're going to be doing is marketing a workshop. And the thing is, because your classes are already full, you've got nowhere to put the January new year, new you, start something fresh. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with regards to COVID and restrictions. But I'm going ahead as usual. Yeah,
that's my plan. I'm just going to crack on.
And yeah, me too. So Thursday, I would probably look to start. How did you start those vinyasa classes? Just as an open? You didn't start the beginners course or anything?
No, they're just all levels. I've had a few people come that were new to yoga who have found it accessible enough. You know, they've stuck with it, and I've also had people who are more experienced, and I just try to offer, you know, different options and different variations. It seems to work, so the all levels thing does work. I did wonder whether to do like a level 1 and like a level 2 or something.
No levels in yoga, in my opinion.
No, because, I like all levels.
Yeah, me too. I'm all levels. I often will start with a beginner's course, even if it's just 3 weeks, because it gives me a marketing date to be focused on, and then I turn it into an all levels drop-in after then. But I'd say 20th of January is your day.
Yeah,
that 6 o'clock class, and either just completely repeat how you launched your other two, it obviously worked for you, or consider it as a 3 weeks introduction to Vinyasa yoga, introduction to yoga.
Yeah, no,
and if you do it like as an introduction to Vinyasa, you know, it can still be fairly strong and still have the sun salutes, the warriors.
Yeah, and I think, you know, at the moment, you know, I was so lucky, I think, because of doing the paddleboard yoga in the summer, that lots of people then just said, you know, oh, now it's winter, I come to the regular class. So I didn't really, you know, and I'm so lucky for that. I'm so thankful. I didn't really mark it. And then it was just word of mouth. They said, oh, can I bring a friend? And, you know, one of my classes is one of my closest friends, and she's brought her mum, her auntie, her cousin, and her sister. So, you know, 5 of those people were just they just said, oh, can I come? Which, you know, is amazing.
You still want to tap into those people to refer people to your earlier class. And they might not be coming with them, but they can still refer. And I recommend a friend, and you both get a class for free. And it doesn't matter if the friend goes to 7 p.m, but you book in at 6 p.m, you go, I was recommended by Beth. I'll still wake my way back to Beth and go, oh, thanks for recommending your friend. Your class is free today.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So how does that feel with getting that 6 p.m. go? Because I don't want you to miss January. Getting that 6 p.m. started from the 20th. Getting your taster flow to restore workshop on the 28th. And then your first 3-week course around the 25th of February. What I've not been doing is checking against the calendar if there was any odd bank holidays or anything coming up. I think it's Easter. We've got some extra long bank holiday coming up soon. Yeah, just check if you were starting something on the 25th of February, that there's nothing happening on the Friday, the 4th or the 11th. You know,
Okay.
Easter, or I don't think there is anything. I think Easter's late. But it's worth
Yeah,
double checking.
yeah, I'll double check against the calendar. Okay.
How does that feel? It's quite a lot, but we got to have you drop in a day by summer.
I feel really excited, actually. I feel really excited. And it feels achievable. I know it's going to be hard work, but that's okay. You know, it's worth it. And that goal of dropping a day by summer is like, okay, if I can do that.
Yeah, even if it just means you have to pull your belt in a little bit, knowing that you're then actually going to have that extra income through summer. Pop-up events in summer, work when you've still got your days that you're working, see what the response is like to your flow to restore, whatever you're going to call it, workshop. But workshops are a really great way of increasing income.
Okay.
You know, workshops, what, 20, 25 pounds. Yeah, a good way. Was there something else I was going to ask you? Is there anything else you want to ask me?
I don't think so. I think, you know, I've asked lots as we've gone along, and my head feels like, oh, I've got all these ideas, which is, I love that feeling. I love feeling kind of like energized by ideas, and like I want to go away and start looking at my Canva templates.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and I want this beach photo shoot, please. Can you share a picture in the group? Don't make me stalk you until I find it. Share a picture in the group. I think it works really well. And the other thing I was going to say, just for you managing your work, I remembered it, was you clearly are an organized doer. Schedule. So when you're like, okay, so I'm going to schedule my marketing, you can schedule direct in Canva, you can schedule direct on Facebook. You're already using an email software, you can schedule. So sit down and write all of the marketing for the new Thursday class.
Yeah.
Write all of the marketing, you know, maybe on a different day for your workshop, and then write all of the marketing for your course, and then just get it scheduled.
Okay. Yeah, that makes it sound a lot more achievable.
Yeah, that in the back of your head, that I've got to do the marketing for, it's really a drag when you're doing another job as well. So just sit down, do it all, know it's scheduled, know it's going out.
Okay. Oh, great.
Anything else at all?
I don't think so, no. Just, you know, thank you so much. And, you know, I've been following your kind of, you know, in the group and kind of following the things you put out for a few months now, and you know, it's always really valuable. So thank you so much for all your support when you didn't even know who I was. So
my absolute pleasure. I know who you are. You're a fellow yoga teacher, and we're all in this together, hun. And you've flown in what you've done since you qualified. So well done. Keep us posted. Let us see some of those pictures, and any problems, just message in the group, and we'll come back to you straight away.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
Have a lovely, lovely Christmas. And to everyone watching on Facebook as well, have a lovely, wonderful Christmas. And I will connect with you again soon. Thank you. Bye.